Mansa Pasha was a great leader, known for his amazing achievements and the big changes he made in his kingdom. He ruled from insert reign period, and during his time, his kingdom became one of the most powerful in insert region. Under his rule, the kingdom grew richer and more advanced in culture and politics. From a young age, Mansa Pasha showed he had the qualities of a great leader. He learned from wise mentors and the rich traditions of his people. As he got older, his ambition and smart strategies helped him navigate the tricky political landscape and rise to power. Once he became the ruler, Mansa Pasha worked hard to transform his kingdom. He was known for his military skill, leading his forces to important victories that expanded and protected his kingdom. His smart governance brought stability and prosperity to his people. He also supported the arts and culture, leading to a burst of creativity and innovation. Mansa Pasha's leadership was both strong and visionary. He inspired loyalty and respect by setting a good example. Known for his wisdom and fairness, he often used diplomacy to solve conflicts, but was also decisive in times of war. He famously said, "A leader's true strength lies in the wisdom of their decisions and the courage to see them through." Mansa Musa came to power in 1312 CE, after the previous king, Abu Bakr II, disappeared at sea. Mansa Abu Bakr II had departed on a large fleet of ships to explore the Atlantic Ocean and never returned. Mansa Musa inherited a kingdom that was already wealthy, but his work in expanding trade made Mali the wealthiest kingdom in Africa. His riches came from mining significant salt and gold deposits in the Mali kingdom. In 1324 CE, Mansa Musa, the ruler of Mali, embarked on a pilgrimage to Mecca. This journey was not only a religious undertaking, but also a display of his kingdom's wealth. Until this event, Mali was relatively unknown outside of West Africa. As Mansa Musa traveled through Egypt, he caused quite a stir. Arab writers of the time reported that he traveled with a massive entourage of tens of thousands of people and dozens of camels, each carrying 136 kilograms, 300 pounds, of gold. His generosity in Cairo was legendary. He spent and gave away so much gold that the overall value of gold in Egypt decreased for the next 12 years. His fame spread far and wide, even reaching Europe. The Catalan Atlas, created in 1375 CE by Spanish cartographers, depicted Mansa Musa sitting on a throne, holding a nugget of gold in one hand and a golden staff in the other. Before Mansa Musa's pilgrimage, the Mali Empire was not well known. As a devout Muslim, Mansa Musa decided to undertake the pilgrimage, passing through the Sahara Desert and Egypt. He reportedly left Mali with a caravan of 60,000 men, including his entire royal court, officials, soldiers, griots, entertainers, merchants, camel drivers, and 12,000 slaves. After returning from Mecca, Mansa Musa focused on revitalizing cities in his kingdom. He built mosques and large public buildings in cities like Gao and, most famously, Timbuktu. Under his influence, Timbuktu became a major center of Islamic learning during the 14th century. During Mansa Musa's reign, the Mali Empire reached its greatest extent, becoming a bustling and wealthy kingdom thanks to his expansion and administration. Mansa Musa returned from Mecca with several Islamic scholars, including descendants of the Prophet Muhammad, and an Andalusian poet and architect named Abu Ishaq es-Saheli. Saheli is widely credited with designing the famous Jinguereba Mosque. The king reportedly paid the poet 200 kilo, 440 lanitatabi of gold, which would be worth $8.2 million, $6.3 million today. In addition to encouraging the arts and architecture, Mansa Musa funded literature and built schools, libraries, and mosques. The rich king is often credited with starting the tradition of education in West Africa, although the story of his empire remains little known outside the region. After Mansa Musa died in 1337 at the age of 57, his sons inherited the empire, but could not hold it together. Smaller states broke off, and the empire crumbled. The later arrival of Europeans in the region was the final nail in the empire's coffin. The history of the medieval period is still largely seen only as a Western history, says Lisa Corin Graziose, director of the Bloch Museum of Art, explaining why the story of Mansa Musa is not widely known. Had Europeans arrived in significant numbers in Musa's time, with Mali at the height of its military and economic power, instead of a couple of 100 years later, things almost certainly would have been different, says Mr. Ware.